Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Edison Club. Thank you for being here with me today, as we are about to embark on our brand new journey of destruction.
Are you into high-rarity snobbery?
I am not worthy.
Or perhaps you prefer the common man's bargain hunt?
What the Yugi? Is that a Lila?
Normal summon Lumina, in-phase mill wolf, wolf, wolf. Watch your opponent devolve into tears. Stack for plague spreader, make Brionic. Brio them into oblivion.
Why me?
Special summon Judgment Dragon, nuke everything. Does this sound appealing to you? Well, then you've come to the right place. Welcome to the Edison Club's ultimate Lightsworn guide.
What's going on, guys? And welcome back to the Edison Club. And most importantly, welcome back to the Ultimate Lightsworn Guide, Special Edition. This isn't going to be anything too fancy, not going to be too long here. Just going to go over this Lightsworn deck list that actually got third place at DD4 yesterday. So shoutouts to TimesTwo's Lightsworn deck. Yet again, out here proving that pure Lightsworn can still hang on in 2023 Edison format. I played a list at the Edison 3v3 this past weekend at Big Boy Gaming in Smithfield, where I thought that I really had broken or cracked the code of how Lightsworn is supposed to be built now, pure Lightsworn, and it performed very well. I was very happy with it. I was pretty much solidified in my decision on what cards I was playing for Nats, and then lo and behold, this pops up yesterday evening. Very different from any kind of Lightsworn list I have seen since I've been playing the format, guys. So let's jump into this deck profile and see what TimesTwo played. So some things are very standard. One Arcus, as always, and one Card Trooper. What really stands out here is the inclusion of triple Celestia. Oddly enough, I put triple Celestia in my deck for this past weekend. She's just your Caius the Shadow Monarch. She is your Gladiator Beast Gazares that's in your main deck. She's always good. She's always mills. It's very, very strong. And I actually don't know why I was only playing 2 of this card. So moving forward, I think she's always a 3 of for me. We have 2 main deck Cyber Dragons. Very different. I'm going to circle around a Cyber Dragon because I've been thinking about this deck for a couple days now. Or, well, I guess technically 2 days. Day and a half. And I think I may have actually figured out why these are in here. So we have 1 Aaron, 1 Gores. Then we have Graganith, Lightsworn Dragon. If you're not familiar with this guy, you're probably not alone. He gains 300 for every Lightsworn in your graveyard, I do believe with a different name, and does piercing battle damage and mills 3 in the end phase. This guy can get very big very quickly, and when you start attacking over stuff like Raikou, even though he's dying, your opponent is still taking well over 3,000 damage off one attack, which is, I always say for Lightsworn, once you fall below 4,000, you are in very critical territory when you're playing against the deck, because one Judgment Dragon paired with literally almost any normal summon besides like Raikou, Plague, and Necrogarna just outright just kills you. So very cool here to see the inclusion of Graganith. 2 Honest as always, 1 Jane. This kind of compares to Cyber Dragon. Once again, we're going to circle back to this. 2 Judgment Dragon, 1 Lumina. Triple Lila. Normally, Lila is always a 2 of. He decided to go ahead and play 3 Lilas. I massively respect this decision here. Just kind of getting rid of stuff like Royal Oppression. Black Whirlwind is very important. So triple Lila, very, very strong. 1 Necrogarna, 1 Plague. Triple Raikou, double Hamster. Yet again to combo with the triple Celestia. They attack your Hamster, you set a Raikou, and you have Celestia. It's a very good conversion to be able to flip the Raikou, hit a card, drop Celestia, mill 4, pop 2. You just popped 3 cards and milled 7. It's pretty insane. 3 Wolf, because we're hyper milling in this deck. We definitely want to hit Wolf. 1 Charge the Light Brigade, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Heavy Storm, triple Solar Recharge, 1 Beckoning Light, 1 Call the Haunted. Glorious Illusion is a card I never thought that I would see someone include in Lightsworn, but I am digging this card a lot. This card is Call of the Haunted for a Lightsworn monster, and then this trap card also mills 2 during the end phase. So you can bring back your Wolves, your Celestias, anything that you want, and it turns them into millers. You can also mill things like end phase Lila's effect to mill 3, hit, say, another Lightsworn like any of these guys. Then you can Glorious Illusion it back and mill more. So this is really turboing milling here, guys. It's very cool. I am ecstatic to test this build. And then we have one Mirror Force that rounds off the main deck. Going in the side deck, we have 2 copies of Breaker the Magical Warrior. Yet again, dealing with Floodgates, dealing with Light Imprisoning Mirror is a big one, and the occasional Deep Fissure Macrocosmos. Next up, we have 2 Fossil Dyna, very good against the Frog matchup, and against the Mirror match and Christiasworn, this card can really come in. 1 Snowman Eater, 1 Lightning Vortex, 1 MST, 2 copies of Compulsory Evacuation Device. This was a card that I was talking with my team yesterday about maybe including in Lightsworn, just because you can do really silly things like drop Judgment Dragon, pay 1,000 into like Starlight Road, and then bounce it back to your hand, and then they don't get to destroy because the card's in your hand. You can summon it again, nuke again. Helps you dodge things. It's very, very cool. I am definitely a fan of Compulse here. Maybe random times, maybe it's not the best when you could like Compulse back like a Raikou and set it again, or Compulse it back towards Solar Recharge. Seems like it could be very versatile in the deck. 2 copies of Mask of Restrict, which I think personally is the weirdest part about the deck. I wouldn't really want to focus building around Celestia to only side in Mask of Restrict. Maybe his thought process here was that we can still play, but it completely shuts them down, which if that's what it was, then I respect it. 2 Royal Decree, 1 Torrential, and 1 Trap Dust Shoot. So we have a lot of trap cards to put in. It almost goes into like a control Lightsworn deck. So extra deck, nothing really stands out here besides the Light End Dragon, which I personally think should be Magical Android, but 2 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragons. So the thing I really thought about with Cyber Dragon, with obviously having the 1 Jane, is in my list I always include 2 Jane because I say a 2100 normal summon that mills 2 is just too good not to play. But it is well known that going second into Lightsworn and having to drop your guys into Bottomless Trap Hole really does stink. It actually almost sets you back 2 turns, because not only do you lose your monster, you also lose your ability to mill cards. But Cyber Dragon kind of fixes that. Cyber Dragon just drops out for free going second. He can get over big things because he can either contact them away if they're machines, or he is honestable, which is kind of crazy. So he is kind of like a Jane with less commitment. Granted, he doesn't mill, but we do have a lot more cards in the list, such as Glorious Illusion, that do get the mills going. Stuff like Super Nimble Mega Hamster. So very, very cool here. Cyber Dragon also works with stuff like Beckoning Light. You can mill it, recur it against machines. And yeah, guys, so what do you guys think about this Lightsworn list? It really caught me off guard, and I'm always excited when I see a new take on Lightsworn, especially one that's this different. And this guy was just not afraid to try out different cards in his list, and obviously it worked out for him. So yet again here, TimesTwo, if you're watching this video, leave a comment down below. I'd really like to know your thought process behind building this deck, why you chose to include stuff like Dragonith, Cyber Dragon, and Glorious Illusion, and Call the Haunted. So I think that I've pretty much got the reasonings down pat. I could be wrong, so I'd love to be educated. And yeah, so congratulations to you, TimesTwo, on your 3rd place finishing Lightsworn list from DD4. All right, guys, this is Mike from the Edison Club, signing out until the next one.